headed in. This opens right up into a pretty large stope. Almost looks like there was a chute or something there. And then daylight. That area is kind of eroding, and I think everyone's going off this way, so.
Yeah, we were just looking at those,
and okay, we just came through that stope, and some really nice big unmilled timbers. Some of them are, looks like hand milled actually. Wow. Got a somewhat of a false floor here. Doesn't drop down too far as I can see though. And little stoping up above here. Really nicely timbered in here. That's pretty cool. So this is actually fair drop. I'm gonna point the camera down there. Goes down a ways. Same with next door here. Well, and then they have a bunch of gobbed material there. We just crossed through that. Okay, continuing onward. Look at all this timber, wow. That's a lot of backfill too. Stopes. You can see how they wedged small timber up in the keep the main support in there tightly. Decline winds going down there. Doesn't really look like it goes anywhere. It's so small. Okay. So we here at Junction. Justin's down there. We can go this way so we're not talking over each other. And there's a little winds type thing down there. Some more timbering up ahead. I'll give one more view of this area that we just passed through. These timbers are enormous. Like this one in the middle of the frame is at least 14 inches wide up at the top there. Enormous lumber. some airflow coming out of that. Although it looks pretty nasty up there. And that is also a bit questionable. Wow. So, main haulage way continues that way by the looks of it, and then there's a drift off to the right leading into another stope. And that's timbered. It looks like it might end back there. I'm gonna set down my pack and we can go down there and check it out. Alright, starting our way down this way. Certainly doesn't look very promising. Yeah, it looks like there's a wall of gobbed backfill back there. So we're at the back here of this little drift, and did confirm here that it is a wall of backfilled material, gobbed material. Kind of interesting. We're not that far from the surface, so it's an interesting choice for them to just intricately stack the waste material rather than just bring it out. That's where we came from. So we'll make our way back to the haulage way. Notice here on the wall, this entire wall actually is formation, has formations kind of growing off of it. Definitely natural. Head on down that way. Okay, continuing onward, this section of the haulage way is fully untimbered. And then we have branch to the right, branch to the left, and stope up there. Let's go stick with the right hand this time, see what's going on back here. Doesn't look like much. It's backfilled and terminates. Ten out of 10, stuck the landing.
It goes up there, a little raise.
There's a raise above us that we didn't notice at first. We are continuing down the main haulage here.
So huge.
Wow. Yeah, this timber in here is pretty serious. More decisions here. I'll try right again. There's some bats right here.
Oh, there's some bats?
Yeah, they're sleeping. Ray's going up there. There's a couple bats that we're going to try to avoid waking up going this way. Yeah. It's interesting how they skimped on the rail and then put a bunch of giant timber in here. You been down there?
You know, I don't remember. I don't think so, actually.
It doesn't look very fun.
No.
See timbering, I think. There's the winds there. Continue on this way. Raise. Small carved area there. Convenient hole in the ground. Looks like we have a lot of options here. So we'll make a decision. Check them out. Okay, we just came from that way, and we're gonna go up through this backfilled area into a stope. And I'll catch you guys on the other side of this backfill. Okay, we're in this stope area. Got something going down there. Big timber. Some minor workings up there. And this continues off. Looks like it just faces out though. Okay, so back this way. You can take a look down here. I don't want to go down this if it clearly looks like there's nothing to see. Some more natural formations there. I'm currently sitting down here in the stope. This doesn't really look like it goes anywhere, but yeah, I don't think this is really worth sliding all the way down there. Some small stopes. That's where we just came from with the small stopes. We're gonna head on down this way, continuing along this main haulage way. Okay. Wow, look at that. It's all fractured. Certainly was a need for timbering in here. Alright, we're gonna go this way. This section's certainly on its way out. Just came through that. A lot of bad collapse in here. This might be the end, actually. Yeah, there's a tiny, tiny little hole back there. And it actually looks like it ends at the hole, so we're gonna turn around and revisit some of the other junctions that we passed by. Noticed on the way back is this stope. This whole place is pretty honeycombed out. So we do need to go that way, so we'll check that out right now. I just passed by that backfill there. Now I'm gonna head on down here. I doubt this goes very far. Looks like it ends right there. You know, I hear footsteps back there. Okay, that's where we've been for about 5-10 minutes, I think, and we're heading down this way to the left now, and we'll see what we can find. This mine used strap rail versus fully steel rail, which is interesting because they weren't shy about using timber here, but they went with the cheap rails. Okay, we're at a 4-way junction. That's a dead end face right there. And then some off that way. Haulage continues that way. You can go right first per the usual. Ooh. Okay, we just crossed this Winds. It's back where he came from. We're gonna head on down this way. There's more of that strap rail there. Wow, this is a bit of a maze. Two decisions here. This looks like this, I think, yeah, this is that almost nearly backfilled connection to the other side of the workings that we didn't go down because what's the point? So we know where that goes. We don't know where this goes yet, so let's go find out. Nowhere. Sadness. Okay, we just finished that side there, and we're going to go down to the left. It's actually just straight from the main haulage. Dead end drifts. Probably a dead end drift. We can go verify. Goes a little ways. Well, it goes a lot further than I expected. Tunnel gets very dark gray in this section here. The air is pretty thick back here as well. And my buddy mentioned this. And there really is not a way across it other than to go down into that, which you might have some trouble getting out. But with the lack of airflow, I doubt that goes anywhere. Okay, this is the last thing we have left, and this just goes to a dead end, unfortunately. It says 616 feet. Seems a little low for distance to the portal, but could be right. So there's a few other things we have to check out, so we'll head back toward the portal and see if there's anything left to see. Okay, we making our way down here. Just wanted to film this really well timbered area here. And if you notice on the left, there's a wall of gobbing. And we came from up there. You can see Justin. He has given us the thumbs up of approval, so we're gonna head on down there. Alright, we just squeezed our way down through that, and we're in a small stope area. One thing I found interesting is this boulder that's pinned up by like 4 or 5 supports there. You can see that it is in fact somewhat loose and separated from the rest of the rock. And then over this way is where we'll be heading. So we'll head down here and check it out. Alright, we're gonna head on down this way into the Gobbed Palace. Wow, look at this. That's incredible. All these timbers, and for scale, pretty big. And that doesn't look like it goes anywhere now. May have accessed a couple stopes, but I think they're backfilled. That is badass.
I think you found a name to call this mine.
Badass
The
mine?
Gob Palace.
The Gob. Okay, so this is a square set room and kind of more of a winds really, because it goes up to the main level. And as you can see, pretty large timber Really impressive craftsmanship. Over here you can see how they notched out the ends of the timber to fit together. Although some of the timber is completely unmilled. Pretty cool. And that's back toward where we came down. And looking down, I'm just sitting on the edge here. Goes down a little ways. There might be a drift level down there. We're not sure yet.
The cool shot. Awesome, thanks man. It's a cool shot.
Yeah, this piece was interesting.
Like a saw or something, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe like a saw blade ran. No. That's weird. We're just standing up here above this little, I guess you'd call it a wind station, with the top of the square sets there. Kind of a good view as to exactly what's going on, but you can see the timber on the far right there sticking up has a notch at the top. So they were thinking about going higher, but they didn't.
Yeah, I think that's what it says.
Said what?
I think it says root of tree from March 8th.